miracle at Dyersburg, Tennessee, Toastmaster Quincy.
Have you ever had a situation that happened to you? They gave you, in your mind, undoubtedly, sincerely, with all clarity, that there was something bigger than you in this world. To some of us, it's when we have our first child. To look into our baby girl or baby boy's eyes to see, wow, a miracle. To some of us, it is when we walk in nature, the beach. We see the birds flying, the bees, and we see the clouds, and we say, wow, in the water, there's something bigger. To others, it's when we come out of a situation, an illness, or a circumstance that shocks us and tells us, I got a second chance in life. To me, one of the many situations happened in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Dyersburg, Tennessee, a year prior to that, I was laying on my mother's kitchen floor, with my back against the wall, with a napkin in my hand. I was crying because Air Force recruiter on the other end was saying, Quincy, you can't go to Air Force. I had took the ASVAB test. I mean, I blew out the ASVAB test. I could get any job I wanted to get in Air Force. I went to MEPS in Chicago, passed all the tests. I had planned that we had this party for me to leave. And 2 weeks before I was scheduled to leave, I was declined. The reason is because when I was younger, I died twice from asthma. In the Air Force, you can't have asthma. So I got with, I was on speaking with the guy, said, hey, I had ran track, I had played basketball, I had did all these things. What do you mean asthma? He says, well, Quincy, you had asthma on your record, and to this point, you can't go to the Air Force. So I had to regroup. I decided to enroll a couple months later in a community college in Tennessee so I could transition to a university, and I did. So I left home on the 24th of December, my mother's birthday, day before Christmas. My brother stuck to my leg because he didn't want to let me go, and my sister. Off to Tennessee with a bag of clothes, my dreams and aspirations. So I make it there. I worked for a whole year in Tennessee. I worked for Toyota manufacturing and doing whatever I could to make this money to buy myself, to get myself in a better situation for my family. And I did it. Whole year I worked. It comes back around to Christmas again. But this time, I bought myself a car, had a bunch of gifts in the back seat, and I said, I'm on my way to Indiana to see my parents. I left on last Christmas. I want them to see how good I've done. So I get about 45 minutes, almost an hour away from where I was stationed, where I was staying in college, to a city called Dyersburg, Tennessee. I get there Christmas Eve, 18 to 19 years old, by myself, 8:30 at nighttime, around this time. I'm driving, and I got that moment when I said, thank you, God. I said, thank you, God. Because you get that moment in your life where everything is as perfect as it can be. You have that moment? So I'm there. And as soon as I say that, my car stopped. Not a minute afterwards. Not 2 minutes afterwards. At that moment. So here I am. In the middle of nowhere, my car stops. I'm by myself. Christmas Eve. I look above and I see this hotel. I said, wow, I can walk to the hotel. So I get to the hotel and I explain the situation. The manager says, okay, son, I'm going to point you to a person who can tow your car. So they called this person on Christmas Eve. This person came in, towed my car to a shop on Christmas Eve, which is a miracle in itself that the shop was open on Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock at nighttime. Fixes my car, gets me an alternator. I drive back around. Had to come around the same highway, same ditch, and guess what happens? Car stops me. Same position. Go back to the same hotel. I tell them, they call this person up. They said, what happened? Car stopped in the same ditch. And it did. I'm out of go. I could have stopped a mile down. I would have been nowhere. No hotels, no people, but God allowed the car to stop where I could get help. So they towed my car back, and I eventually get it towed back to my college town. Before I leave the hotel, I remember the receptionist sits there and she's crying because I'm crying. Not because my car stopped, but because I want to see my family. So we make it back. They all actually, on Christmas Eve, they gave me money. Every one of them gave me $25, $30 just to help me get back to Jackson. So I'm there. And I worked hard for another couple of months because I made sure that I couldn't go there on Christmas Eve. I was going to get there. So I bought a new car. Made my way right back to Indiana a couple of months later, and I actually made it with those same gifts. The moral of the story, the many miracles that happened within here, just tells me God's plan for the situation was different than what I thought. I wanted to go there in a beat-up Toyota that couldn't even get an hour away from where I was in college. But God's plan was, I'm going to get you in something better. So sometimes in our lives, what we deem as ideal, the pinnacle of who we are, what we can accomplish, the God of the universe has something better in store for us. So if I learned anything from that situation, it is to persevere. But it's to trust in God, trust in the universe, and read the signs around you. And if you continue going on, you keep the faith, you're going to end up in a better situation, because when one door closes, another door opens. Thank you.